I'm fond of text messaging.
I find that mostly girls like to text message, so I don't text message that much.
Well, it's easy because a lot of people don't like to talk on the phone.
My friends love to text message.
Text messaging ruined my relationship.
My friends like to text message me more than they like to call me because for some reason it's quicker. And actually, I have sort of a love-hate relationship with texting. I hate having to spend the time sitting with my phone texting people, but also in class it's useful. You can text back and forth if you're really bored, which is something that I do. My boyfriend texts me, and that's always really fun because he texts me silly things in class.
I will text message if I'm at a concert and it's too loud to talk on the phone. I'll text message somebody.
What I like about text messaging is that it's totally disposable, and I don't hold on to text messages in a way that email messages sometimes you wonder what happened to that message from a couple of years ago, and you start to stress out about archiving email messages and things like that. And text messages, you read them and they're gone.
You don't get the full person in a text. You get some of them, but you don't get it all. It's not transferred. The voice, the passion, the emotion is not transferred in text. So that's kind of the double-edged sword of text messaging. It's quick, it's easy, it's fun because you can express yourself sometimes better, but in other ways you can't, see what people mean. I bet there are a lot of miscommunications that happen in text messaging.
Okay, so you can ignore somebody if you don't want to answer to them?
Okay.
I don't have friendships based on text messaging the way that I would say that I have friendships where email is the main way of communicating or telephone's the main way of communicating. I guess the other thing I really like about text messaging is that I don't really like to talk on the telephone.
Sometimes I wonder about the implication of the words in a text message. I wonder what meaning went behind the words, and you don't really get that with words. You get that more with voice.
I don't text message that much. I don't have a plan for it.
I guess it's better than the phone. I mean, you don't have to make any excuses for why you have to go. You just kind of stop responding, which is a good way to go. You don't hurt anybody's feelings.
Nobody interrupts you when you're saying something.
Yeah.
You get your point across. Yeah.
That's true. Although I'm really not keen on the whole 160 character, limit per page.
Oh, that's true.
Right,
yeah, and then you waste 100,000 text messages on one word, just because it's that little extra at the end of the text that you can't fit in, but you really got it. It's the exclamation point in your sentence.
I had a conversation with somebody last week who was maybe less horrified by the fact of Elliot Spitzer's, revelations of his personal misconduct, as by the fact that he was texting people and using the number 2, numeral 2 instead of the word TO and stuff like that. And in some ways they were less shocked by his goings on in the Mayflower Hotel than they were by the fact that he used this kind of rad texting slang.
Really, really easy to fight, even without actually having to speak.
But I've never argued over text. I don't know if I could ever go that far because usually when I argue I have almost so much to say that it cannot be expressed through a few words in a text message.
At first I thought of text messaging as a very glamorous European thing, and it's more like SMSing. I think the glamour has kind of faded a little bit from text messaging, but that's okay. I think of it as totally disposable and absolutely functional, and yeah.
I think text messages start to aggravate people after a while, though. I mean, as much of a positive effect as it has, it is kind of impersonal. It's you don't get to see the person, you don't get to hear the sound of their voice, the reactions, and the voice.
Yeah.
So it kind of defeats the purpose a bit of actually conversing.
I would rate it inevitable. It's something that's not going to stop happening. Text is the new form of communication. It's big. It's really popular, and whether or not I like it, it's there. So I can't do anything about it.